Well, good morning, good day, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. Hope you guys are doing great. I am so thrilled to have a chance to share a devotional with you. Greetings from Nairobi, Kenya. It is about 6 o'clock in the evening. Right now, we've had a very trialsome day, but it is my excitement to have devotional this morning. I want to read to you out of John chapter 9. We're going to start in verse 1, okay? John chapter 9, verse 1. As he passed by, he saw a man blind from birth. And his disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Jesus answered, it was not that this man sinned, or his parents, but that the works of God might be displayed in him. This is key. Pay attention. We must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Having said these things, he spit on the ground and made mud with saliva, then anointed the man's eyes with mud and said to him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which means sent. He washed and he came back seeing. Tremendous verse. We'll deal with the surface of it and then we'll get into more of the meat of it. The surface of it is there's this man, and the disciples are wondering at the causality of his suffering. And Jesus is very quick to say, this man does not deserve, meaning he has merited suffering by virtue of a particular act. This is a reality that sin has given way to the floodgate of suffering, the floodgate of difficulty. And Jesus said it wasn't that this guy sinned or his parents sinned, but that the glory of God may be displayed. And what that's about is Jesus is saying, this is what sin produces, but I'll show you what God produces, right? This is a man that was born blind. That would be considered especially accursed because he would have spent his whole life in a deficiency. This is the same culture that would say that a woman is cursed if she could not bear children. They equated conditional suffering, particularly from birth, as being judgment from God. Jesus is saying it's not judgment from God. No, you're about to see the mercies of God instead of judgment. This is a result of brokenness, but watch what God can do. So he heals him, right? He takes mud and he spits in it. He spits in dirt and makes mud. Now, this is key. Developmentally, if someone is born with an ailment, it's typically because something did not develop correctly. This man's eyes may not have even been present fully. This is how a lot of birth defects manifest, where something doesn't fully develop. Now, here's Jesus sitting in the midst of this moment. Here is Jesus, the creator of all things. He was present on the day where God formed man in his image and then breathed into him. So what did he do? He took dirt, he spit, he put a portion of his essence into the dirt, worked it and anointed. I could see him make a couple of little round mud balls, and put them into the sockets of this man that did not have developed eyes. I could see him do a creative miracle. Jesus saying something along the lines of, I remember doing this the first time. That's what I'll do again. And so he created, or he anointed, however you'd like to look at that. He used the building block of man, added his essence, and then healed this brother. The guy went off, he washed, and he came back seeing. People didn't believe, they were shocked, etc., 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 because it just doesn't happen where you're born with an ailment that it flips around. It had to be God. Now, and that's the surface. That Jesus did an incredible miracle. Jesus is God. He glorifies himself, glorifies Father. But now let's get into the deeper side of things. Let's just ease in underneath the surface level. Jesus said some important things. In verse 3, let's go to verse 4. In verse 4, he said, we must do the works of him who sent me. Now that's number one, who sent Jesus? That's Father. So Father is intimately involved with the works of benefit to his creation. It's an important element. He says, we must do it while it is day. Okay? While it is day. For night is coming, when no one can work. Now the works we're talking about are healings. The works we're talking about are the movements of God. Now, if day is the presence of light, we separate night and day by virtue of light being there. Day is measured in light. Night is measured in the absence of light. Jesus goes on to say, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Okay, big deal here. If the light symbolizes that we have daytime, and Jesus is that light, he's saying it's going to be day as long as I'm here. But night is coming. What does that mean? If night is the absence of light, here is a clear and incredible picture that the world is going to persist, but Jesus is going to remove himself. What is that? That's the rapture. You have incredible evidence here that there's going to be a removal of Christ from the earth. That there will be a night, there will be an absence of the works of God in this way. And therefore, we must have an urgency. Why? Because he's coming to take us, and nobody knows when that is. There is incredible doctrinal, theological truth in this humble story about a man born blind. Now, why am I digging into this? Well, number one, I want you to be urgent. I want you to be busy about the things that God has called you to do. It's so important. It's so important because we are on a time schedule. I don't know what that schedule is, but we're on a time schedule. Number two, we work by virtue of the presence of Christ. So while he's here, we have an opportunity to see incredible things. When that light is gone, if we are the house of Christ, Christ is gone. And he said he'll never leave us or forsake us. That means we're going to be gone too. This should put a fire under your motivation to serve God well, to do all that you may, to encourage the world around you. Because night is coming. I love you. While it's daytime, do what you can, as the Father would intimately desire to be involved in the works, to be glorified in contrast to the horrible conditions of sin and brokenness. Hey, have a great day. I don't know when you're watching this, but I hope you're doing well. I love you. I'm going to spend some time praying for SUM Homa as soon as I'm done. Love you.